could say, I can build a house and live in a house, but in a sense, I've created something greater than me because the house is bigger, my size, its structure is stronger than I am. It probably will stand longer than I will. So, but when we compare that to God, that doesn't happen. There's nothing that He creates that's greater than Him, and so that belief, it fosters that separation of Him and His creation. So heaven is created strictly for us. It's not His house.
It's the same way. They're striving for whatever it is that they've been taught. So yeah, everybody has that same. I mean, everybody goes into the life, whatever it is. The way I see it is that when you go to the next world, you just go as whatever you've learned here. Some people, if they haven't learned anything here, will go as a very, just something really low, and they have a lot more to learn.
But the common belief among Hindus is that these Vedas are over 4, 5. I mean, most of the denominations, things which are not practical. I mean, they talk about heaven, hell. They don't know themselves. They talk about God. For instance, God is the main subject. Except, the Buddhism and Jainism, they don't believe in God. But 90% faith, talk about God. God has no attributes. So you can't know it, not by that means, not by the means of your rational mind, not by the means. But that doesn't mean you can't experience it. You can. But that experience is never one that I can describe for you, nor can I give it to you. To live a life in which I find no meaning. I'm not willing to live an authentic life. I'm not willing to accept that I think that all these deterministic, reductionistic, it's a society of it's actually the long-name is the Religious Society of Friends of Truth. Okay.
Part of our own purification when anyone is helping other people. We understand that principle even in a mundane sense. That if we help other people, even in just real tiny, simple little ways, we feel better, and it helps us give up our selfishness. So then what to speak of giving somebody the highest thing, which is spiritual knowledge, then what happens is that person benefits because they're getting spiritual knowledge. Krishna's pleased because that's what he wants to happen. That's, the other purpose of the material world, that everybody gets knowledge of, spiritual life. And then the person who's giving the knowledge or who's offering it, they make so much amends because they become compassionate. Their quality of mercy emerges more. They become tolerant because a lot of people don't want what they have to offer, and they have to learn how to deal with so-called rejection. So they become tolerant and non-envious.
furtherance of his own spiritual development. But because all people are God's children, there's no reason why anybody, anywhere, who has that desire and is really, because of the thought adjuster that I spoke of, the thought adjuster is continually trying to reach through our minds to help us understand and to develop these spiritual aspects of our lives. And so it doesn't matter if there's a primitive person living in a jungle somewhere. God has that capability to reach through his mind and to help him develop spiritually. There is an ultimate truth, but it's something that is beyond the capability of the human mind to fully grasp. We have understanding of truth in relation to our own perception of life and reality. And we will gain greater and greater perception of truth as we progress spiritually.
Something that is rigid and these are the true teachings and nothing can deviate from that? Or do you look at it as these are stories that happened, but there's ways of seeing it. There's ways of seeing it that aren't necessarily there's room for interpretation. You know, and
I mean, you could read a book by Dostoevsky, and wouldn't that be a Bible in a sense?
Yeah, if any written, any story, any story at all, and that's been passed down can be interpreted in a different way. And
I know that people think that like Kafka and Dostoevsky were existentialists, but were they? Or they were just writing down their thoughts? And people interpreted it that way and took it as their religion.
You're right.
So it's a good. I'm having the same difficulty because I grew up without any belief system as far as following any spiritual path, because we were just taught to respect one another, which confused me out in society, because people didn't respect me and I was naive, and so that created a situation for me where I was trampled upon. And then I became even more defensive and critical of the system itself and many parts of it. And yet, really, is that due to a non-belief system?
Well,
so maybe I should have been brought up a Catholic or a Jew or a Puritan.
Well, I think what happens is you run into. You can tend to run into some certain people that are so strong in their beliefs that if you're not doing it that way, you're not doing it correctly. And that's where I think you run into trouble. That's when you start. That's where problems arise, I guess.